Pufnstuf, also known as Pufnstuf Zaps the World, is a 1970 American comedy fantasy musical film produced by the Kroft brothers and released by Universal Pictures. It is based on the children's television series H.R. Pufnstuf, a show that features a cast of puppets on a living island. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye, everybody. All right, let's be more serious about this. Pufnstuf is a movie. I think it's a good movie, but I see it more as a TV movie, like to explain everything about the show and how Jimmy even got to the island or whatever. But who am I to judge? Besides, some of you who are watching probably don't even know what the movie's about or have never seen the movie. Well, that's why you click on this video, because I'm going to be here to explain everything to you. And I'm also going to be mentioning something about Cass Elliot, because there's something in here that I didn't know, and I got to mention it because I didn't realize this. After Jimmy is wrongfully ejected from the school band for tripping, his flute transforms into a magical talking flute named Freddy, and they venture on a journey. Orchestrated by Witchy Poo, Jimmy takes an evil boat to Living Island, an island where everything is alive. He befriends the island's inhabitants, who are led by Mayor H.R. Pufnstuf. But the evil Witchy Poo is determined to steal Freddy the flute from him in order to impress the visiting Witches' Council and the boss witch, Martha Ray, so that she may win the Witch of the Year award. So, Witchy Poo steals the flute by disguising herself as a pretty dance instructor. Jimmy and his new friends recover the flute by having Gopher dig a tunnel to Witchy Poo's castle and faking a fire. Witchy Poo retaliates by bombing and destroying Pufnstuf's town. During the bombing, she's blown away by the west wind, portrayed as a cowboy head, which destroys her flying vehicle. Jimmy is sorry for having endangered the Living Island inhabitants and leaves with his flute without telling them in order to prevent further danger. This was a bad idea, because then Witchy Poo returns to the town and shrinks all the inhabitants before casting them into a castle dungeon as prisoners. When Jimmy learns what has happened to the townspeople, he is resolved to save them. Witchy Poo invites the Witches' Council for a convention and prepares Pufnstuf as the main meal. Jimmy disguises himself as a witch to enter with the other witches. Jimmy is exposed while trying to save Pufnstuf and is placed in the dungeon with the others. Gooey Gopher digs into the dungeon to save them all, except for Pufnstuf, who will soon be cooked. That's kind of dark. Once back at the town, they plan a rescue. A book tells them that the only thing that scares witches is a good fairy angel. They all dress as white good fairy angels, raid the castle, scare off all the witches' council, and save Pufnstuf. Witchy Poo is the only other witch to discover that they have been faking, and she flies to try to catch other witches to tell them to return. En route, her minion Orson sees the good guys of the town, and she orders him to use her doomsday bomb on them, but also says to take the wheel. So he accidentally drops a bomb inside the vehicle and literally takes the wheel, blowing the vroom broom apart and sending Witchy Poo and Orson plummeting to Earth, lamenting yet another defeat. The movie ends with a closing number in which Pufnstuf says, "When good friends pull together, they can do anything." Prior to the debut of the show, Sid and Marty Krofft announced in May of 1969 their intentions to produce a feature film based off of the series. Following the success of the series, the film was rushed into production for theatrical distribution, with filming beginning in January of 1970. The film was financed by Universal Pictures and Kellogg's Cereal, also a sponsor of the television show.
The Monkees, brought to you by Kellogg. K-E-double-L-O double good. Kellogg's best to you. The Banana Splits, brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's puts more in your morning.
More nourishment.
More flavor. More fun.
Anyways, Sid Krofft casted his next-door neighbor singer Cass Elliot as Witchy Poo's frenemy and bitter rival witch Hazel. According to actress Joy Campbell-McKenzie, Elliot was very distant, not rude or arrogant, but she just didn't mingle, which most people were surprised about. This is where I would like to deviate and talk briefly about Cass Elliot. Cass Elliot was, of course, one of the singers in the Mamas and the Papas, but people refer to her as Mama Cass. But she never really liked this name, and I feel like people don't even mention it at all. Cass Elliot never liked the name Mama Cass. She felt it was a reference to her size. She wanted to be known as Cass Elliot to distinguish herself from the group The Mamas and the Papas. So her 1973 solo album was titled Don't Call Me Mama Anymore. One day I would like to make a video about Cass Elliot, but due to my schedule, I think it'll be quite a while. But I just wanted to quickly mention it in this video before moving on. Martha Raye was casted as Boss Witch. The cast and crew expected Raye to behave as a diva, but instead, she befriended those behind the scenes, even inviting them to dinner. However, Jack Wilde referred to... This kid is so disrespectful. He referred to her as a right old cow. Excuse me, what does that even mean?
What the hell is even that?
The name Martha Raye should have been familiar to me because she is Benita Bazaar in The Bugaloos, so... Well, actually, her involvement with this movie led to her becoming Benita Bazaar, so... The more you know...
The more you know.
The film had its world premiere matinee in San Antonio, Texas, on June 3rd, 1970. The Pufnstuf movie was released on DVD on May 19th, 2009 by Universal Studios Home Entertainment. It includes the original trailer for the film, and it is presented in its original widescreen presentation. It was later re-released to, not re-released, but released to Blu-ray disc on September 21st, 2021. That took a very long time for that. By Code Red, also in widescreen with the original trailer. The film was also available in digital media format, like, I think, YouTube, just to be sure where you can watch this movie. I believe you. It says you can watch it on Google Play and YouTube and Amazon Prime and Apple TV. Okay. But that's the whole video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the third and final part of the Huff and Puff series, where I will be talking about how they sued McDonald's and won that like a badass.
Today, we can be either love